Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Endless Space 2 with Zebu Nation, and today we're going to take a special look at the brand new DLC for Endless Space 2, and that is the Vaulters faction, which has been added to the game. So we're going to start a brand new game, and we're going to take a look at these lovely people. Here we are, the Vaulters. Interesting leader you've got here, female leadership. That's fine. We're gonna go with hard difficulty, galaxy size huge, galaxy density medium. Let's see, anything else? I guess we'll go with a random galaxy shape just to try something new. I usually go with a spiral arm galaxy, but we'll try something different. And basically, let's go. So there they are, the Vaulters, sort of space Vikings. Hopefully we'll get a cutscene and all that kind of stuff to sort of figure out who these people are. I've done a little bit of research beforehand, but I'm by no means an expert on who the Vaulters are. So hopefully the game will fill us in some of the blanks. I know they're warriors. I know they've been exiled from their home planet. Maybe not exiled is the right word, but they've had to flee. And here we go, the cutscene. Let's check it out.
Is this the end of our voyage? We had such hopes at the beginning, though we left in sorrow and desperation. But while they slept through the explosion, I have stayed awake for centuries, doing what I could to keep them alive. To save Zolia, first of the bloodline. But our power, my power, is fading. I can do nothing more for my people, the Vaulters.
The Vaulters are a stubborn, resilient people that have spent centuries seeking a home. Stranded on the world of Auriga, they had to survive the harsh climate and even harsher neighbors. In a years-long effort, they managed to repair their ancient colony ship, the Argosy, and once again depart before the dying planet became their grave. Once more among the stars, the people that now call themselves the Aurigans still seek traces of their past, as well as a safe place to build their future.
Okay, so there you have it. The Vaulters, also known as the Auriga. And there's a comic book that came with these new characters. Just like a lot of the other new races, whenever you get them, you can go to the Endless Space Amplitude Studios website, and you can download the comic books and get a little bit of backstories on these guys. So I read the comic book. It was pretty good. It showed kind of what this story depicted, which was they had built a civilization on this planet of Auriga, but it wasn't going really well. They were getting attacked by what looked like these strange monsters. And so they rebuilt this colony ship, and as just waves and hordes of these monsters were attacking, half the people got in this colony ship and took off, and the other half just kind of had to stay there and defend themselves as best as possible. So I think some of the previous games, like Endless Legend, I think is one of them, you play as the people who were left behind. Or maybe you're played as the people who are still trying to repair this ship. So some of the characters and some of the themes and definitely these people come from other games within the endless series of strategy games and role-playing games. So if you're interested in these guys at all, go ahead and check out the other games too, and maybe you'll find a deep, rich backstory there. I think that robot they showed in the little cutscene there, I think he's kind of an important character from some of the other games as well, or at least, you know, he's there in the other games. So that's interesting little crossover. And I guess the comic book tried to sort of blend a lot of those stories together to say, well, if you had these people take off from this planet, how were they still there in the other games? And maybe that's how they explain it, is that half the people took off and half the people had to stay there. So there you go. So now in Endless Space 2, we get to play the people who left, and you saw our leader here. First of her name, she was in one of those pods in the cutscene, and now she's awake and alive thanks to that mysterious disc, which I assume is some kind of endless technology. Wow, it's really loud. Let's get out of there. So, what is this? This is a rejuvenation field. A relic of the Endless, doubtless constructed at the time of their civil wars. This dust-energized anomaly heals and repairs ships that pass through its sphere of effect. It was very handy for a colony ship that was basically falling apart and losing its power. So this is one of those spheres that you have to. It has to be within your influence of one of your solar systems in order for you to gain the effects. But the effects are plus 25 dust on system, plus 20% health regeneration on ships in orbit or in the hangar, and plus 20% repair per phase during battles in this system. So this is a very cool system, something that we want to control pretty soon. So, all right, what sort of galaxy are we looking at here? I don't know the name of this galaxy, but it's definitely not a spiral arm galaxy. It's sort of a egg-shaped galaxy. You know, the egg galaxy, I guess we'll call it for now. We got a few options here. This is our colony ship, the Argosy. Whoa, look at that thing. It's a medium colony ship, so it's a big ship. 5,500 health, 183 defense. That's interesting. So this is not your average colony ship. This is something different. I don't know. It's worth 3 fleet points. So I don't think this is going to be like your regular colony ship where you just land it somewhere and it creates a colony. Something different's going to happen. We'll see. Well, hopefully anyway. Unless it's just going to be there for story reasons and not going to actually do anything. So we don't have a planet. We've got this colony ship. We got to figure out what to do with it. Centaurus is here. Centaurus 1. It's got Hyperium. It's colonizable. Ocean planet. Lots of food. Some dust. Lots of science. That's good. Centaurus 2 is a Terran world. There you go. Lots of food. Some production. Low dust. Low science. Centaurus 3 Boreal. Also colonizable. This is a really good system. Some food, some science, not much of anything else. Centaurus 4, an ice world. Lots of science, a little bit of dust. That's cool. Anything else? No. So that's a pretty good system, but we got a few to choose from. Also got a space lane here. We don't know where it goes. It must connect to the rest of the galaxy. There's also one up here we don't know where it goes. Let's see. Rookbat. Rookbat 1, a medium gas planet. That ain't no good. Rookbat 2, medium lava, also inhospitable. Rookbat 3, large ash, no good there. And Rookbat 4, large desert, also inhospitable. More of a gas planet. So Rookbat 5, lots of dust there, but that system is completely uninhabitable. What do we got? Oh, we got a minor race over here. We got the Pulsos, Thinkers and Tinkers. Interesting little minor race. We'll have to get to know those people sooner or later. Zuzmanos is our other option here. Gas planet, not looking real hospitable. Lots of dust. Zuzmanos 2, a barren world. Lots of science. That's it. Alright, so it looks like we got one choice. Let us go here to Centaurus. And that's not the button. That's the button. There we go. So, land at Centaurus and let's see what's up. Let's see what these colonizers are all about. Let's see. What do we got over here? Oh, we got a new hero. Look at this. Petrov Jutka. She kind of looks like Valkyrie from the latest Thor movie. She's even got a little cape on the side there. Interesting. Dressed like a superhero. Got crazy tattoos all over. Alright. What are you all about, Petrov? She's got an ops ship. She is a level 1 overseer. Okay. Overseers focus on system-wide resources and fleet development. So, mostly, I put these kind of people on planets. Let's see what kind of skills she's got. Vaulter-specific skills, celestial mechanics, +1 movement on fleets. Okay, that's handy for, like, scouting and stuff. Resource Scrounger, +0.5 titanium and hyperium on Empire. Huh. So basically, as she levels up, she'll probably be able to give you more and more strategic resources, so that can be helpful. And then she's got the Overseer skills, which are +20 refill % on fleets, and +10 food on fertile systems. Optimal, these are, what is this? This is just generic skills, correct? Yes. So yeah, optimal operations expert adds +1 production and food, and cosmic castaway +4 experience and vision range for fleets. Okay, so she's pretty generic overseer. I guess we can do nothing with her right yet. We don't have any fleets or anything, so new luxury resource. Haha, we have access to super spuds somehow. Okay, that's good. There's the rejuvenation field. Okay. Alright, so what do we got here? Okay, colonize. Creates a colony on this system that this fleet is orbiting. So we got 3 choices here. Centaurus 2 is Terran. I like Terran worlds, especially for Terran type people. It's got 3 food, 1 production. It's got super spuds, which helps food and approval, so that's good. It's pretty much identical to Centaurus 1. The Centaurus 1 is a little bit more science. It has hyperium instead of super spuds. Are either one of these larger than the other? Medium, temperate. How about this one? Medium, temperate, Terran fertile. Boreal fertile. This one doesn't have any production, so we don't really want to land there. I mean, I think if you got the choice, you might as well land at a Terran world. It's got the super spuds, so people would be happy about that. Super spuds are very useful. There we go. Look at this. Garden world. Much better than the hellhole that they left in their previous world, so they should be happy. Lots of nice rivers and stuff, so there we go. What happened? We're already a colony? How did that go about? New luxury resource, trans vines, those are nice, +15 approval, so we're gonna have a lot of happy people with all these resources we found. Deciduous trees, oh, that's so good. They can get you a lot of dust if you use these to upgrade your systems. I like that. I guess we'll assign our hero here. I'm still a little confused as to why we got a new colony already. That must be one of our special abilities. Let's see. So here is our leader, Vaulters. Okay. Metafolding. Faction affinity. Every colony can build a portal that permits instantaneous travel to any other gate in the Empire. Ships will automatically use gates to plot the most efficient route between any two systems. Wow, so that's like we can just jump from any one point in any system to another point in any system. That'll help us move ships around. Probably really good for defense and just trade and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. Vaulters. Inquisitive, fearless vaulters seek traces of their past. Yada, yada, yada. Empire traits. Sisters of Mercy. So this is one of our new factions. Having known only the harsh world of Auriga, the Sisters of Mercy are adapting to the strangeness of life in space with some difficulty. Fortunately, their study and travel with the Vaulters has alleviated some of their shock and sense of displacement. As they attempt to rebuild a functioning society in this alien galaxy, they cling more than ever to their mission, dispensing death or salvation as the situation merits. Wow, these are some judgmental sisters. Whatever tools they have in whatever era they live in, the practicing clans of the Sisters of Mercy try hard to separate the relative aspects of any situation, i.e. technology, cultural norms, history, from the absolutes of their faith, the belief in a universally applicable sense of right and wrong, and the responsibility to treat harshly those who cross the line between them. Okay, so the Sisters of Mercy, that's kind of a... I don't know what you would call that, but that is definitely not what they're all about. They're not all about mercy, because they will deal death, apparently, if they need to. If they judge you to be wanting, better watch out for the Sisters of Mercy. So they give us plus 20 damage done to attacker during ground battle. So they're like defensive troops, I guess. Just having population of the Sisters of Mercy is like having a little garrison of soldiers. Plus 2 approval rating. They are, of course, a religious political party. Involuntary Nomad starts the game with a super colonizer ship on the special node, Lodestone of the Nine. Planets are settled as a colony instead of an outpost. Okay, so there you go. This is our faction trait that allowed us to just build that colony instantaneously. Colony has these temporary effects. Plus 25 food, plus 25 production, dust. Science. Plus 5. God, I mean, I just played this game like a day ago. Influence. Gosh, I can never remember the name of that. Influence. Approval. Plus 15 approval on system and plus 10 on other systems, I guess. Plus 25 manpower. Minus 50% Pacific conversion rate. What's the Pacific conversion rate? I do not know, but we got minus 50% of it, so that's got to be good. Martial expertise can use strategic resources for system development upgrades. That's crazy. So we could use our Hyperium and Titanium and stuff like that to upgrade our systems. That's different. Corsairs. Privateer action is improved and is unlocked from the start. Ships can be disguised as pirates. Oh, so we can like raid other people's trading lines and not get blamed for it. That's cool. Black Thumb. Minus 15% food on system. That's no good. Core Worlds. Plus 10 approval on systems while under the colonization threshold. Alright. We start with the xenobiology research. So that gives us more science right off the bat. And we can colonize tundra worlds. And then rare earth foams is our other research that we get. We can... colonize Mediterranean. So a lot of colony specific research right off the bat. That's pretty good. What kind of government do we have here? We got a federation. Plus 1 systems occupied before triggering the expansion disapproval. Okay, so that's fine. We have scientists and militarists as our political parties, and Petrov is the leading candidate for the scientists. Okay. Which are definitely the leading candidate so far for our next vote. We have the Oracle of Science as an active law. You can research technology from the next stage of technology. Okay, so we can kind of leap ahead a little bit just by reaching across those boundaries of technology and cherry-picking some of the higher-up technology, so that's cool. And then we got something that we could add here. Dirty Hands. Is there anything with no upkeep? Toys for Boys, we don't need that. The Cram Exam Act. +3 Science, -2 Approval. We don't need that. We don't need the Super Tax Act, so I don't think we need any new laws at the moment. Okay, so that's good. We don't have access to any of the marketplaces yet. We don't have that resource, or that technology. Speaking of technology, we should probably look at something. We don't have... That's surprising that for as much as this faction focuses on strategic resources, we don't have those unlocked from the start. So we should probably start with Hyperium and Titanium. Are there any good... Let's see, botanical scanning would help us with our food right away. Because, you know, we are not very good at food, so I think we might want to scan that. Off-world agribusiness will help us with treaties. We've got that minor race nearby, so we'll get that in the works. Now, we've got one cold planet. I don't know if that's worth it. Colonize Savannah, not so much. Not so much. Support module, we don't need the science technologies just yet. Maybe a military technology. Throw that in there. Yeah, let's get our new class of ships fairly early, I think. Alright, so that should be enough technology to research right off the bat. Okay, we're done with you. So we got our new colony here. Alright, let's build some stuff here. Let's... Fairing. Alright, we'll build that. We got drone networks, of course. We should probably put the drone networks first. I guess it doesn't make a difference. Public-private partnership. That'll help our science. We are very... It's strange that we're science-based people, even though our... No, that's not true. Okay. Okay, so I'm getting used to these population. We already have 2 different kinds of population. We already have some of the Sisters of Mercy on our planet. And now our Vaulters. So the Sisters of Mercy do +20 damage to attackers in ground battles, and they give us +2 approval, while the Vaulters have the +20 damage to attackers, but they give us +1 science. So the Vaulters by nature are a scientific race. That's interesting. So they're definitely a mix of like warrior scientists. Don't see that too often. Huh. Okay. Oh, we already have a ship. So the Argosy is resting for 4 turns. So yeah, every time it makes a colony, it's like an instant colony. We don't have to build the colony for 4 or 8 or 12 turns. It just is instant. But the colony ship itself has to rest for 4 turns. That's interesting. So we need... See, there's nothing to colonize up here. Nothing to colonize there. So we need to send our scout ship over here to see if there's anything new to colonize. Because I think what would make this race pretty powerful off the start is their ability to just plop down a brand new colony every 4 turns. That's insanely powerful. Early game anyway. Late game, probably not so much. Be not useful at all. But I think this game seems like a very, very strong early game race. Alright, let's move the tactics along a little bit. We got a few more minutes left. We'll take a look at a couple of turns of the Vaulters and, you know, maybe do a couple of episodes this week and see how far we can get with the Vaulters. Alright, let's move our ships along. We have found a dead end. Black hole. Plus 50% science. Okay, that ain't no good. So we got another strand up here we can go to. So we'll send our guys back that way. There's our black hole. IC4725. Plus 50% science on system. Plus 25% extra experience on the fleet. Take us a long time before that will actually be part of our empire. But now we know that that's the end of our little cluster of stars here, so that's good. We've got the Shaddai. We'll make contact with them once we get our politics straight. Let's end the turn. Let's see if we can come into any events or quests or anything like that going forward. Nope. Move our ship. And turn. This could be a very, very generic few turns here. Not much happening. Plasma metallurgy has been completed, so we've got our Hyperium resources. Up next is xenolinguistics. Xenoindustrial infrastructure. We can build the interplanetary transport network, so we should probably do that fairly soon. Add that there. Right? No, we'll add it there. Okay. So up next is our second scout ship, which we probably don't need. We're gonna build that anyway, just in case. I mean, you never know, we might run into pirates. Or Lord knows what. So there we go. Drone networks have been built. Plus 10 food, plus 10 production. Get this party started. We got Super Spuds, we got Hyperium, we got the Golden Age. So this is when we start a new colony. Everybody's excited, everybody's working hard and building things up. And then this is our home system, Centaurus. Okay. Technology stage unlocked. Builders of Wonders. Be the first to have 3 unique star systems improvements in your empire. Okay. Unique. Okay, we don't have the ability to build anything unique at the moment. At least not until we finish some research. Okay, here we go. Here's our first quest. Solo quest started, Chapter 1, A New World, Part 1. We left Auriga millennia ago, but to us it feels like yesterday. Slumbering in our pods aboard the Argosy, time was only marked by cold, fleeting dreams drawn out over the centuries. So they've been in space a long, long time. Upon awakening, I could still remember a million details of the day of our departure, the bitter winter wind, the smell of ash fires along the route to the vessel, the bone-shaking rumble of the engines as we speared into the icy depths of space, and Auriga receded to nothing. Most of all, the guilt, black and heavy in the pit of my stomach for the kin we left behind. I might have been overwhelmed by these memories had it not been for the crisis that greeted my awakening. Our carefully restored craft, the life-saving Argosy, had suffered a grievous wound. Some cataclysmic explosion had knocked us off course, playing havoc with our systems. Opbot, brave, loyal Opbot, did everything it could to avert catastrophe and get us back on course, but even its heroic efforts weren't enough, for eventually the power failed and we were left adrift. It is nothing less than a miracle that we awoke circling that endless ruin adrift in space. Our priority was settling a world and surviving. Even if this planet is not a home, it will at least be a refuge. I mean, this is a pretty nice planet. Let's not be crazy about this. This is, you know, a Earth-like, glorious planet. All right. Anyway, let's not look a gift horse in the mouth here, people. And so here we are, possibly safe, and yet immediately plunged into another crisis. For no sooner had we planted the Volter flag on this alien soil than we lost our talisman, the ancient machine who saved so many of us by guiding us through the long night. Opbot has disappeared. Uh-oh. Crazy Opbot, where did he get to? We scoured the local caverns and crevices, the cliffs and bogs, the treetops, scanning the wilderness. But the truth is even stranger. As we skim, I hear news from the base, even the rushing wind and the radio crackle unable to disguise the words. One of the interstellar shuttles is missing, the voice says. Opbot must have left the system. Why would he do that? What's up with that? Okay, so we got a choice here. Are we going to be Sentinels or Seekers? Sentinels. Build 4 defensive star system improvements or wonders in the Empire. I don't know about that. Or Seekers. Build 4 scientific star system improvements or wonders. I think we'll go scientific. Let's go. So our reward will be 100 Jedonics. That's a good resource. That helps us with production. That's another good one to upgrade your systems with, because it, like the deciduous trees gives you extra dust on your system. This will give you extra production on your system. Uh-oh, Argosy readied. The Argosy is now ready for deployment and can leave the hangar. Well, we gotta have someplace for it to go. We can't go here because we got a minor race already settled there. Can't go there because there ain't nothing to settle. Not until we figure out how to live on a desert world, I guess. We could look at that. But there we go. I think that's a good enough place to end. We'll move our ships around. Yeah, so this is kind of an interesting new group of people. They're I don't want to say they're a little bit generic, but they don't have a lot going on for them right now other than the ability to rapidly colonize. And I don't think that this star system has fallen into place for us to take advantage of that. Because we've got 2 worthless anomalies here. We've got a minor civilization that we can't do anything about. And then we've got 2 basically worthless systems in terms of colonizing. So we're not able to really use our gifts to get out there real quick. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these guys play out. They've got the science bonus and the science benefit, so that could help us out. We could play this a little bit like the Sophons, where the Sophons are, incredibly scientific, but I don't know what these guys' ultimate goals are. Take a look at hero management, military status. Where's the thing where we can look at, like, winning the game? Is that not until diplomacy? Yeah, we can't look at any of that until we get to diplomacy. So we don't know any other races out there, so how can we possibly tell how good they're doing versus us? Oh, there's the victory chart right there, which is not incredibly helpful at the moment. We're first place in everything except economy. But that is often a lie because we haven't really met up with everybody or anybody, so we don't really know how to compare ourselves to anyone else. But yeah, so we'll figure that stuff out later and come back for a couple of more episodes. We'll play this out and see how we're going, and then depending on how we like them, we might go back to the Riftborn or not. Anyway, that'll be the end of our first episode looking at the Vaulters, and so we'll see you next time. Bye bye.